All the promise when they make, it don't be like saying I fake. Where the money, where the food, cause everybody want improve. Since you come, no tears and pain, we don't tire to complain, I see the bad way you've been do. You don't turn Nigeria into two. 97% of my time.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Can in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle so they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Poor man picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun. Maiyegun àwa mọ̀ lámọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun àwa mọ̀ lámọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará yìí. Maiyegun diary, lórí
hello there.
Lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun diary.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí.
Maiyegun diary.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í.
morning to you, good afternoon to you, good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. And this is Maiyegun Live. Share the broadcast.
MaiyegunDiary, Politico. Godfatherism, kò sí lọ́rọ̀ MaiyegunDiary. Ẹ fara balẹ̀ sẹ́wọ̀n kẹ́kọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́nu. Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Àní ẹ̀sùn ra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọba bá gbé wúrẹ́. Níjó ìgbádìyẹ. Àní ẹ̀sùn ra kì í. Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Àní ẹ̀sùn ra kì í. Gómìnà gbówó jẹ. Àní ẹ̀sùn ra kì í. Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá. Àní ẹ̀sùn ra kì í. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Ṣẹ̀wẹ̀ o. Gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá nílé lóko lẹ́yìn odi. Ẹ káalẹ́ o. Ẹ̀yin ìyá wa, ẹ̀yin bàbá wa nílé lóko lẹ́yìn odi. Ẹ káalẹ́ kú dédé àsìkò yìí o. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí MaiyegunsDiary Politico tonight. Yeah, we are so happy that we are now getting, or we are nearing the end of all hypocrisies. Those who have denied the Yoruba and the Yoruba interest for so long, we are getting closer to a stage where they will no longer be able to deny anymore. Where this Nigeria will become obviously coming to its end, I would say. However, let us talk about the latest developments. A man who rose after living his own comfort and then a comfortable life decided to speak out and speak up. Not just that, he spoke up and he stood up and he also fought the invaders that Nigeria continued to shield from the law. And this didn't go down well with those who are the gatekeepers of Nigeria, who chose to defend the terrorists and then execute the activists. Oloye Sunday Adeyemo, a.k.a. Sunday Igboho Osha, would never have come to this old center of attraction if Nigeria never failed, or if Nigeria and those who claim to be Yoruba political representatives, if they didn't fail, Igboho's service or Igboho's interest would never have been needed or required in the first place. Unknown alien Fulani terrorists invaded Yoruba land. And that wasn't a concern for the power mongers, the political scavengers in Yoruba land. People are being kidnapped. Ransoms are being paid. Farms are being destroyed. Farmers are being killed. Aged women are being raped. Marketsmen and women have been attacked. Listen, all of this insecurity, among others, are things that those who claim to be elite in Yoruba land are aware of. Nobody will claim ignorance of all this. You just have to choose when to react or where to react based on where your own interest lies. Oloye Sunday will put everything into it. And he almost lost everything, including his life. They mocked him. They laughed at him. And they started calling out, where are those who told him, or where are those who he claimed to be supporting him for standing up for the people of Yoruba land? You know, politics is has eaten deep into the soul of the impoverished Yoruba people under Nigeria as we speak. And since it is politics of shop by shop, of interest, which is about shop by shop, they were both from it. They were all ready to what? To throw Oloye Sunday Igboho and anyone who identify as a Yoruba in this current Nigeria. They were ready to be thrown under the bus. But like magic, as they say in Yoruba, olóòótọ́ kò ní kú sí àpò ìkà. An honest man would never die in the backyard of a wicked one. Even when it is almost, there will always be a succor. Yes, there are Yorubas who are so interested in the issue of Yoruba nation. Some of them, they are still afraid to come public simply because of their own personal interest or investments in Nigeria. Some investments are physical investments, business and structure and all that. Some other people's investment is political investment. So, but at the back of their mind, they love it. They want Yoruba nation. And when everything comes down to a choice, they will choose Yoruba nation. And listen to me very carefully as well, because those people are not just the elite. There are many, many of you too who are currently stuck in between. You know it is the right thing to demand. It is the right thing to move for everyone. But your interests, selfish, personal interest, is clashing with this reality. So the elite are not alone. But you all know that if everything comes down to making a choice, at some point, you will conveniently choose Yoruba sovereign nation. So, Igboho was not alone, we kept telling them. And everyone who stand up and identify as Yoruba, or stand up to defend Yoruba land, stand up to defend Yoruba interest, you will never be alone. So, almost a year ago, in July 2021, when the government of Nigeria made the attempt to assassinate Oloye Sunday Igboho in his home, right there in Ibadan, everything was perfectly planned. The saboteurs within, those who sold him out and gave all the necessary information that would never have gotten to these guys in the first place, everything was perfect. Igboho was going to be murdered that night. But by providence, by his own sheer luck as well, and the grace of the Allahles and God, Igboho escaped. And when he escaped, that changed the narratives completely. At this point, those who were initially contemplating coming public, when they saw what they did or attempted to do to Oloye Sunday Igboho, they just did a 360 degree turn, moved far away. But there are those who never really moved far away. They stood by and continued to monitor things. Not just that, they continued to push and pull. And one of them is Professor Wole Soyinka. Professor Wole Soyinka himself is a victim of the Fulani armed herdsmen invasion. His own, according to him, was not really brutal because it was pretty much like a trespass, and they knew that he lived there. And it was also days after the attacks on Oloye Sunday Igboho. It was Professor Wole Soyinka, the Nobel laureate, that first came out to grant an interview. And he was also the first person. I don't know how many people who did that who did anything after that, but he was actually the first and the only person among the elite in Nigeria of today who gave a comprehensive defense to the activities of Oloye Sunday Igboho. What led to it? How did government make this? How did the government manage to start, targeting activists and protecting terrorists? How did the security situation go worse and underreported to the point that even the elites who usually kept quiet would no longer be keeping quiet anymore? It was Professor Wole Soyinka, let me take you down memory lane. When he granted this particular interview, at the time, he was talking about the attacks on Oloye Sunday Igboho. What led to it? And why Igboho must be protected at first?
Let's talk about the arrest of the leader of IPOB. How did you respond to that?
Well, Nigeria, for me, it's not for me to tell the government to prepare itself, because there's going to be a huge squawk when the truth about how Kanu was arrested, when the truth comes out. Our nation is, people are alleging this and that and that. So that's one phase, whether Nigeria has acted outside international law. That's one issue. The second issue, however, has to do with Kanu's conduct outside the nation. There's been a level of hate rhetoric, which is, for me, has been most unfortunate, issuing from Kanu outside. But for me, hate rhetoric is an issue which can only be judged by the laws of any nation. So we come back to the issue. Was it right to have, for me, quote unquote, kidnapped? You can say intercepted as much as you want, but I think that Kanu was kidnapped, and that is wrong internationally.
Nnamdi Kanu, but when we look at other issues like the bandits still ravaging the northwest and some part of the northeast, the kidnapping still ongoing, and also the issue with the Boko Haram, and you begin to ask that how are they so fast and so quick to arrest? The situation with IPOB and Nnamdi Kanu and the others are still being left to go unchecked.
Yes. The government cannot wash itself clean of what seems to me a kind of comparative energy in pursuing the destabilizing, quote-unquote, forces in this nation. If I may take ourselves back, maybe you remember once when I threw a challenge to Buhari, and I said, what I expect from a commander-in-chief, from a true leader. And this is, early, in the sort of the malevolent activities of these groups. I say, what I expect, now that we've identified those who are killing farmers and taking their farms, occupying their villages, is to issue an order, give a deadline, an ultimatum, say that any illegal occupant of any villages, farms, and so on, is given 48 hours to quit. After which, the mightiest forces of this nation will be unleashed against them. Yeah, it was ignored. It's because I said so. Many other people have said so in different forms. But I'm coalescing, the challenges which have been thrown to this government, say, just show leadership where it is essential. And so when years later, a head of state comes out and says, we will respond to these people in the language they understand. Now, that is what I had expected him to say years ago, at the very beginning of the insurgency, of the cattle people, especially as it was clear they were organized. And their leadership, the Mayegun Allah, their leadership should have been arrested ages ago, long before IPOD was declared a terrorist organization. I have allied myself with those like Autumn and others who said that Mayegun Allah should have been declared long before then a terrorist organization. And the evidence was there. A state governor passed a law for the protection of his own people and their productive means, their livelihood, their very dignity. And a group got up and said, if you don't rescind that law, we'll show you. You haven't seen anything yet. This is not an anonymous statement on internet. It was not fake news. The leadership of Mayegun Allah actually threatened that government and have proceeded to put their money where their mouth is. Nothing has happened to them. We have not seen the same energy, the same deductive, organizational sleuthery mounted against these people. I'm not aware that even one of them has ever been called for questioning. And what did Igboho do? And they didn't even call him for questioning. They just attacked him in the middle of the night. I mean, illegally and constitutionally. So people are right to say there has been an unbalanced, unequal, and irregular approach to security enforcement in this nation.
What do you think will happen next? Do you see a situation where we'll have more Sunday Igbohos, more Nnamdi Kanus arising from the west, the east, the south?
We already have them. They exist inside, within, and they exist outside. It's not Igboho who's the issue. It's not Kanu who's the issue. It's a collective distrust, disenchantment. That's the word I want. Collective disenchantment with the conduct of this regime. And that's why I say it can only redeem itself. It can only reverse this downhill course it's embarked upon by now coming clean, trying to open a totally new page. Even forget the past. How do we move on from here? And so I want all this business, we met this and we do this by the self-excusing by Buhari. Yes, thank you. Take it for granted. You did not create Boko Haram. We accept it. You did not create Mayegun Allah. But what did you do about it? That is the question. Or what should you do from here on? It's the only way we'll save our sanity and also make the slightest progress. Otherwise, as I said before, all this language, all this discussion will be purely academic when, as the saying goes, hits the fan.
As the goings go, as the saying goes, when the shit hit the fan, the injustice and the gaslighting against those who speak out or who try to defend their people, they said because of their rhetorics, what they say, oh, it's causing problem. Rhetorics is not criminal. If the government is indeed functioning, if the government is dealing with a real terrorist, Abi, as more is said, though, that's why I'm going to, show you this other part of this conversation before we then go to Benin Republic. Because Professor Wole Soyinka, according to Professor Banji Akintoye and Professor Wale Adeniran, they have told us the bigger role he played. It was in the same Benin Republic that Obasanjo went. And nothing happened when they held, when they were holding on to Oloye Sunday Igboho. But why do you think Professor Wole Soyinka, who was also on record among those who got arrested during the Nigeria-Biafra genocide war, because Wole Soyinka, a Yoruba man who is still part of Nigeria, had to travel down to Onitsha to go and join the Biafrans, and at the same time reporting what was going on, the horrible things that were being done at the time. He got arrested, locked up in jail. He's an old man now, over 80 years old man. But a year ago, he saw the injustice of what Nigeria system is, starting with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's abduction in Kenya. Listen to this again.
Let's talk about the arrest of the leader of IPOB. How did you respond to that?
Well, Nigeria, for me, it's not for me to tell the government to prepare itself, because there's going to be a huge squawk when the truth about how Kanu was arrested, when the truth comes out. Our nation is, people are alleging this and that and that. So that's one phase, whether Nigeria has acted outside international law. That's one issue. The second issue, however, has to do with Kanu's conduct outside the nation. There's been a level of hate rhetoric, which is, for me, has been most unfortunate, issuing from Kanu outside. But for me, hate rhetoric is an issue which can only be judged by the laws of any nation. So we come back to the issue: was it right to have, for me, quote unquote, kidnapped? You can say intercepted as much as you want, but I think that Kanu was kidnapped, and that is wrong internationally and it's wrong morally.
And how would you advise the federal government to move forward? Talking about all this now, you've identified some pitfalls in the way that the arrest of Nnamdi Kanu has been handled, and also the way the DSS raided Sunday Igboho's house. For Nnamdi Kanu, for starters, how would you advise the federal government to move forward in terms of his trial and other things that will come up after now?
To answer that kind of question, we have to ask ourselves, what is the position mentally, spiritually, economically, politically? What's the state of mind, the collective state of mind of a vast section of this nation at the moment? And that state of mind is best described as distrust, total distrust. This government has earned itself, rightly or wrongly, that's for the government, that side to decide. But anybody who's telling this government that the people of this nation still trust it, I'm sorry, if the government believes that, it's really plunging this nation further into the abyss.
After raiding his home, the DSS had come out to say that Sunday Igboho is wanted and that he should turn himself in. What would you advise he does in this situation? Well,
my advice is not even so much Igboho, but to the government, that they should stop pursuing this person as a criminal, because you have begun by acting in a criminal fashion against him. Because if and when Igboho comes to trial, I guarantee you it's the government which will be very, very embarrassed. Very embarrassed. So it's not even in the interest of the government. I think they should just tell Igboho, we made a mistake. We should not have acted in this way. You are no longer wanted. Please go back to your home. In fact, escort him to his home, quietly, and let him resume his normal life. to declare him wanted. And again, this is another issue of language. I read in some papers, Igboho is in hiding. Well, but more accurately, he's probably just gone underground, to protect himself and perhaps to be able to continue his declared struggle. I'm not talking now about the secessionist aspect of his struggle. No, I'm talking about what Igboho came out to do and which I believe is still his mission in this nation, to protect, defend his own people, and to let the aggressors know that they are not lords of this nation or any section of it, apart from what they are constitutionally entitled to. So I think the government, it's in no interest. If you bring Igboho to trial, you're just going to get mud in your face, clearly. As far as I'm concerned, it's up to Igboho to decide. He knows what the circumstances were. He knows what happened before his people were killed. And he's the only one who can judge, who can decide for himself. I cannot advise him.
Some critics have said that the federal government was fast.
That was what Professor Wole Soyinka said a year ago. And thankfully, he never backed down after that statement. When a few days after, Oloye Sunday Igboho was arrested at the Benin Republic airport. So, and until his release. This is why among people that Igboho has been showing gratitude to, Professor Wole Soyinka is one of them. So on this note, he paid him a call, a courtesy visit, should I say. A visit to say, keep it up. You are doing the right thing. Boko Haram's time is coming to it's coming to a disgraceful end, inglorious end. And this is the message I want us to pick from this conversation tonight. You may deny Yoruba now. Your Nigerianness to you may be bigger than your Yoruba-ness. There are people who live like that believed like that. But reality will set in at some point. And everything you see today, most of them out of fear, especially talking about an autonomous, independent region of Yoruba land. That should be a pride to an average Yoruba sons and daughter, but it is not so in the current reality of Nigeria. In this regard, we have then decided that even if you are in your closet, we will drag you out, you will identify, and you will never be ashamed of calling yourself a Yoruba man from a Yoruba nation, because nobody will kill you at that time. Those who spread fear, sending terrorists down our path, those who send fear, sending thieves down our roads and our lives, and those they appointed as gatekeepers using their fraudulent 1999 constitution. Education will unlock everything they have sealed. Awareness will braven you up. Yes. Awareness and every information that you need to let you know how much they have taken away from you will help you in surmounting whatever they believe that are insurmountable for now. So reality of today may make it a little bit kind of mixed. But I can tell you boldly today that those who are living in denial, those who are kind of, ashamed to come publicly and identify with us in the next couple of weeks, couple of months, they are going to be boldly out and not only identify with the Yoruba nation and the Yoruba value and call out for Yoruba first. They are going to be outspoken people about it when that time comes, which time is now. We know that those who are grouping up, those who have held our people down for so long, for the political promises, the El Dorado that they have been promising our people from 1960, the most recent of them, manipulation of them, which is the 1999, 23 years ago. Yeah? Those who are holding you down because of their political gains or what they have been gaining or what they will be gaining, they are about to meet their own Waterloo. The Waterloo that they dug for themselves, expected to be filled by you in sympathy. They will meet it filled with their own, what should we call it? Their own blood, I would say. But guess what? They will be back. They will be back in the sense that they have denied Yoruba and the Yoruba interest for so long. Let me make this clear to you in a little sense, yeah? In a little way. Nigeria, as it is right now, or as it should be called a project. And when you have a project, you have the project. You have those who are members of the board of management for that project. That is where Yoruba comes in. That is where the Igbos comes in. That is where the Jaws, the Hausas, the Fulanis, the Isheki, everyone from everywhere. That's where they come from, and join, Now, it simply means to run this smoothly or fairly, everyone's role must be what? Equal. Same with everybody's reward from it. Respect primarily. But Project Nigeria is now Project Class. The North versus the South. The rich versus the poor. The powerful versus the powerless. It is now the survival of the fittest, where everybody is now queuing to take their turn, not minding those who are dying from their greed and selfishness, so to say. So Project Nigeria, as Yoruba people, you were supposed to go in there with one agenda and one agenda only. Now there, the rest go meet you. If you are indeed from Yoruba land, you will go there with what? Yoruba first. Yoruba people need electricity. Yes. Yoruba people need healthcare. Yes. That is your agenda. But in Nigeria, you see your politicians. Nigeria is their agenda because nothing like Nigeria exists. It is just a fluke. When they promise anything about Nigeria, our one Nigeria, this great country, all those things are just drama. They are fluke. That's why nothing really materializes. Nothing really comes out for real. Because it's not real. But if you go in there as a Yoruba man, when you love your land, and you go in there as an Igbo man, with an Igbo interest, because that is why you are there in the first place. You are not there because of Nigeria. If Yoruba land is great, that was how it should be. If Yoruba land is great, if Igbo land is great, if the Hausa, Fulani, everybody, all the regions are great, then that means you have a great country. Is that not how it works? But because they gave you fluke, lies. We are fighting for our country. All of you, this country will never break. Of course, now it will never break now. How can you be making 30 million naira a month? Where some people barely make 30,000 naira a month. So why would you want something like that to break? All of you walking to God will shame you. No, see, you have been shamed already, but many of you are just shameless people. And you are so proud in your shamelessness. How can somebody will get oil block not pray that God will shame anybody who won't break Nigeria? But you doing like that, God will save this country. God will shame all the enemy of the country, and yet you go to bed at night checking. Do we still have kerosene? I mean, we get petrol. What about that generator? If you power to bulb, it go power fan tonight. This country will never break in the name of Jesus, because you are what? You are only praying to Jesus to keep you in your concentration camp. So those people who are doing that, they are also coming to the end of their own relevance too. (2023), we need to vote. I've told you, look at me very well. For those who know Maiyegun very well. Me, I will talk sense into you, even if you don't like me. When I begin to give you point by point, and I begin to give you life scenario, and I begin to put you in the picture of the scene I'm painting, and you begin to see the reality as well. Now, there where you did, so they watch me. Now, from that screen there, you'll be saying, okay, that's true. That's true. Oh, well, that's a good point. Maiyegun, that's a good point. Abi, share a lie. Are you not doing that, even though you don't like me, but you continue to watch Maiyegun? Because of what? I have a way of getting you and putting you in the frame. So that the way you are always taking yourself out when they say this or say that about Nigeria and this about the politicians and all their actions and inactions, yeah? The way you take yourself out and then you begin to talk. That's what they do now. That's how they, no. I don't do that. What I do is this. I bring you into the frame. When I put you in the frame, right there where you are sitting there, right? You begin to be like, okay, yeah, it's true. It's true. But I won't tell you what to do. Now from there you go, they think, say, I don't move for too long, Sha. I never really see this whole thing. I've never seen it this way, Sha. Man, I thought this Maiyegun is just talking nonsense and all of that. Like, you know what I mean? I have a way of doing that. That's why I won't come here and say no election, because I am somebody who understands rights. If you say you want Yoruba nation, if you say you want Biafra, what you are exercising is your rights. Nobody should abuse or attack you for it. Nobody should arrest or criminalize you for it. Do you understand? It is your right. Every time you see people fight and say, hey, what is all this? It's because you are exercising your right. Now, again, if you now understand rights, we will me go and register to vote. Which vote? Register for waiting. I know they register anything. That's your right. Say the vote that they will rig, the vote that they will do this and that, all the same criminal, same people. That's your right. Nobody should now put shame on your neck and drag you and say, come and register. I mean, you the craze. You go fight now. You say, we die here. Why you they drag me now? Why you they drag me? Say me will go. Do you get that? So they will just have many people who have chain on their, around their neck when they are taking pictures for their voters card. You will know that these ones that drag them come. Because nobody will drag you. It is your right. Now, if you are now in that frame of mind, always remember that those who are opposed to that, they also have rights. All of you, all these mad people, now they vote for criminals. Now they vote for this and that. If not because of you, we are suffering today, this and that. Bad, isn't it? Very bad. But it is their right. Absolutely. And you have no right to physically stop anybody from exercising their right. Do you know that? But Maiyegun won't tell you not to. Because me, I have my own way. I can tell you and give you reason by reason, fact for fact, and you are going to agree with me to some extent. And at some point, I may convince you to know more about the power of election boycotts. It is also a non-violent way of protesting against a system that is rigged against you. Do you understand? I can do that. And in fact, that is what I am doing. So when you begin to delegitimize their election by boycotting, you are sending one single message to say, you see this section of this country, this section of this society, they have a single demand that they won't participate in anything about this whole rot anymore until a date for national conversation that will start with a proposed new constitution. Now, you can do that as a pressure. Do you understand? So that is why I personally will say, when people say they want to sit at home, I won't sit inside my house. I know they go anywhere today. It is my right. Why should that offend you? Of course, I can sit and say, okay, in solidarity with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I want to sit at home. Yeah. It's your right. It is your right. It is nobody or anybody, any government's right to come into your home and then attack you for not going out. Do you know that? But you know, the government is always the aggressor. I will say it again. Don't be one too. It is also wrong to say, if them burn you well, come out tomorrow. That is called excessive. And you are what? You have become, or you will be becoming what you are condemning. So I am not somebody like, I kind of like a way of getting you to know why you are choosing something. And maybe that is why it can be slower getting to people. But when I get to people, they are indeed more educated and enlightened about the situation they are much interested in. Self-determination. We want to change how people see it. We want to change how people discuss it. We want you to begin to understand that as much as it is your right, it is also the right of others to say no. You need to know that. When you say, oh, why don't we go this way, right? And they say no. Now it is now left for you to do the job of conversion. You convert them. You can do that. I've had many people converted on this platform on so many occasions. That's why I don't rule people out completely. When people disagree with you today, it may be based on what they have and based on the information they have access to now. Do you know that? People can say, I don't want to be part of that. This is the right one. Yeah, it may be based on the information they have access to. Meanwhile, you have access to more information that could help them, rather than get angry that they can't see things. Are they blind? Are they deaf? Are they this? Or you know what I mean? Just open a line of communication, because you see the characters that are walking about with a bullion van, that are walking about with fraudulent fake promises, those ones that have been failing them again and again and again. There was never a time that they have ever given up on the people they have impoverished for so long. So everything you see around in Nigeria today, the poverty, the insecurity, the incompetence, the greed among the ruling class and the rest, they are all deliberate. Do you understand that now? They are not coincidence, like, oh, they happened by misfortune. No. They are all deliberate. They are man-made. But to those who are in the know very well, we know why some of them are doing it. If you see Igbo politicians who are pro-Nigeria, they are not doing it because they love Nigeria. It's because that's how they can get their own cash out. And as long as they are getting the cash out, most of the time, they don't give a damn about what happened after, or what happened to people, the consequences of that. Same thing in Yoruba land. They want to be governors. They want to be senators. They want to drive latest automobiles. They want to live in the latest mansion. Travel the latest in the latest private jet and all of that at the people's expense. So if Nigeria should remain one to afford all of that, of course, they will want Nigeria to remain one. But gradually, the veil is falling off these days. And until these guys are completely neutralized from our different regions, from our different geopolitical zones as it is, except they are completely neutralized, my brothers and sisters, their Nigerianness will continue to rubbish, will continue to rubbish your own indigenousness, okay? So, Tifnumbu and fake Pastor Ruga, they have taken their two-us battle to the next level. Tifnumbu returned back to Nigeria, right? And then he received the 100 million naira purchased presidential form that they gave to him. Fake Pastor Ruga himself also got some group of people who also bought the form for him as well. So now everybody, they drop 100 million, like say, Baba, they're saying are doing so for APC right now. Everybody is drawing 100 million naira, like say person just a drop 10 naira, 20 naira inside the church offerings, or when you are or the mosque offering. That's how greedy. And meanwhile, another thing about the characters who want to be your president is to tell you how degenerated Nigeria has become now, especially how sunk the bar has become since Boko Haram and APC, since they came on board, and since what they've done, so to say. So 100 million here, 100 million there, too much money. Yeye Bello had to actually reach out to Nwazurike, ladies and gentlemen. The same Nwazurike that wanted to come to prominence again after the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's extraordinary rendition, Nwazurike of Masob. You remember Masob? The kind of characters that always make it, make it a little bit hard for some people to accept the, the message of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu wholeheartedly. That this guy, Nwazurike, it was all about it was all about Biafra. He was even arrested by the Obasanjo. They kept him in jail. When he came out, he just became stupendously rich. Maybe not rich, but he's got this amazing money that he got from these rogues. That in fact, at some point, he became so jealous of Nnamdi Kanu, and he said he was going to kill him. In fact, he said, if he wanted to kill Nnamdi Kanu, he would have killed Nnamdi Kanu on the day of Nnamdi Kanu's wedding. Baba, the 100 million of APC, it don't cross border to the point that even when people are saying that if Nigeria is to heal from what the damages and the division that Nigeria is suffering from, that they should let the next president of Nigeria come from Eastern Nigeria and a president of Igbo extraction, right? Nwazurike, Rafaeli, Nwazurike decided to say Igbo presidency is nonsense. Biafra is dead. Yeye Bello for president. Ladies and gentlemen, waiting money no fit do. But I say no exist.
Ladies and gentlemen, today is 30th of April 2022. The Igbo leader, Chief Dr. Nwazurike, is calling on the entire Nigerian youth to rally around in support for the presidency of a youthful leader in person of Executive Governor of Kongi State, Yahaya Bello, to take over the affairs of Nigerian leadership. And that is His Excellency, the Igbo leader, holding a rally at the capital of Imo State, Owerri, calling for a support for a youthful leader to take over the affairs of the Nigerian state. To that effect, is asking the Nigerian youth to rally around and support the Executive Governor of Kongi State, His Excellency Yahaya Bello, that the youth can also lead Nigeria, that the future of Nigeria belongs to the youth, to end banditry, to end criminality, to end unemployment, and for the youth to take over the future of Nigeria, that a youthful person should take over the affairs of Nigeria. And today we are bringing you live transmission BT Africa from the capital of Imo State, Owerri, live. We are reporting from Owerri, informing the people on what is happening here today. Today, the Igbo leader is calling for a maximum support for a youthful person to take over the affairs of Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, today is 30th April 2022. Stop calling my name today.
That was Owerri 2 days ago. So somebody said that he's called Nwazurike. Sorry, my brother. I just pronounced the way it's kind of written, and sometimes, 1 million man march for Yeye Bello, the man that is owing workers more than 6 years salary. Owing pensioners more than 10 years pension and gratuity. But what 100 million naira APC Egbekegbe presidential form cannot do, Baba, it be like say no exist. Just the same way, the Werewike in Rivers always brag and goes about doling out River State money, dashing that out while the pensioners are living in squalor, unpaid gratuity. But who is Wike? Like Yeye Bello. Werewike is a Father Christmas in this political abracadabra of this year 2023. So this is how much he's been doling out since he's planned to become maybe president too in Nigeria. Theater of absurdity. You know what they call him? There's also another one. Malamu, the Attorney General of Nigeria. The Attorney General of Nigeria, yeah? Abubakar Malamu. They sent us, well, I got one. Let me see if I still have that. Yeah, this one. That's the picture of the GLK. Avina GLK, Avina G, what did they call up, Sha? Because your Attorney General of Nigeria has made so much money, stolen so much, that he started giving cars, expensive automobiles to APC delegates in order to become the governor of Kebbi State. These are the characters that are angling to be like Nigeria's next president. So tell me something I don't know. But somebody said when they would do the APC Egbekegbe's screening, presidential screening, they are going to ask everybody, every aspirant, to hold a glass of water for 2 minutes. Anyone who can hold anybody who cannot hold the water, the glass of water for 2 minutes, is not going to be considered as physically fit. And so then send me this one.
Mr. Dow, I'm begging you, to tolerate and make peace part of your master plan. You be there, and yes, I've been a youth, and I'm a youth.
Why is it you too? So they said they would tell them to hold a glass of, like my tea like this. They will say, just continue talking, hold it for 2 minutes. So why do you want to be president, this and that and all of that? Just hold it too. So that it's not like that. We don't want you to, you know what I mean? See, it's terrible anyway. So health-wise, well, it's a joke anyway, it's a joke. Okay? No, I don't want people who actually who are suffering from this type of medical conditions to take offense, okay? Well, the point there is that if you have a father, yeah, if you have a father, or if you have a grandfather who is having such medical conditions that he needs to take care of himself, would you say he should go and run to be president of a country? Like normal, would you? So don't take offense, okay? Because I know people suffer this. It's a medical condition that Tifnubu shouldn't be running to be president of a country. He should be running to become the class captain, the house captain in old people's home, where they will be sending his children, grandchildren to come and play with him twice a week. But here you are. That is the person who wants to be the president of the country of 210 million people. So that is also where the problem is as well. Do you understand? So don't take any offense, because some of these, you know what I mean? Some of these people who are also challenging Tifnumbu, that's part of what they are saying. They said that he's so greedy and selfish that he just wanted to be president. And do you really think that even if you are pro-Nigeria, if you are one Nigerian, do you really think your future should be gambled the same way you gave it to Bokwari to gamble with your future? Well, you are used to gambling. Your parents and every people before us as well, they've gambled because they gambled on these rogues and they got scammed and they're burned. However, Pastor Ruga said, forget about Tifnumbu. It's a greedy old person. I will do better. Oh yeah, wait till you get for us, Pastor Ruga. Number one, I will stop everybody singing about NEPA, 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 no NEPA, no NEPA, no light, no light. I will stop that one. Number two, I have gained 7 years experience with Bokwari, 7 years of poverty, 7 years of mass killings, 7 years of education destruction, 7 years of destruction of the health sector, 7 years of poverty and the capital of poverty of the world today, 7 years of the capital of terrorism in Africa, and then second in the world. So he said he's gained so much. Capital of corrupt people, 7 years of grooming and raising and then graduating thieves. Pastor Ruga don't gain experience, and that experience is what is bringing to move this country forward, to change the fortune of the people, to give you electricity, to give you petrol, and to give you thinking that we are forgotten when all of them turned their musicians not long ago.
We will work with you to build a Nigeria that is not corrupt. I bring you a message of hope.
We are going to spend a lot of resources on education.
So what is it they want to say again that they have not said? I mean, they didn't say 7 years ago, except this one, that he is even dissing. He's dissing his own boss, Bokwari. I won't spend years thinking about what to do.
Or aspirant who on day one can hit the ground running, who on day one knows what to do, who will not spend another 2 years trying to decide what to do. That person is your son, Oluyemi Oshibade. That is that person. If there is anyone who can, and that is the
Unfortunately, the damages have been done. So we are now into our program. So we are going to take a break. It's important before we continue, okay? On YouTube, I've got a lot of my friends around tonight. So can you take a minute to drop your own offerings? You know what the offering is, yeah? If you haven't liked the video, you can take a moment and do that. If you haven't shared this broadcast, you can also take a moment and do that. A minute. So let's do that for now, and let's see how many of us will stop by to drop their own offerings before we continue. Would you? Go and call others too and tell them that Maiyegun is still here.
Tí wọ́n ní iṣẹ́ dáadáa lọ́wọ́ tó jẹ́ pé inú wa sì dùn wípé Ọlọ́run bùkún ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wọn ti bá ọkàn wọn dá májẹ̀mú wípé ní agbára Ọlọ́run by 2000 AD òmìnira máa dé fúnlẹ̀ káàkiri òmìnira. èmi sì mọ̀ dájú wípé Ọlọ́run Oòduà, Ọlọ́run Ọ̀rànmíyàn, Ọlọ́run Ọbáfẹ́mi Awólọ́wọ̀, Ọlọ́run Adékúnlé Ajáṣin amúwadé ilẹ̀ tuntun náà nígbì tí ẹ̀gbin ìyà àti ìrẹ́jẹ kò ní sí fún ọmọ káàárọ̀ òjíire mọ́. Tá bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ilẹ̀ ìlérí tí a fẹ́ lọ yìí, àwọn tí ọ̀rọ̀ òye wọ́n máa kù bí egbére. Lójú àwọn egbére tí mò ń wí, ó dàbí ẹni pé ohun ẹ̀yẹ ni kí ènìyàn máa wà nínú ẹ̀gbin, nínú ìyà, nínú ìrẹ́jẹ. A bá sì fojú wo, kì í ṣe àwa Yorùbá nìkan ni ìyà ń jẹ ní Nàìjíríà. Bí Yorùbá ti bọ̀ wọ́n ní àrùn tó ń ṣe ojì náà ló ń ṣọ̀ọ́dún. Ohun tó ń ṣe Abọ́yadé kọ́ o. Ìyà tó ń jẹ Ṣógbẹ̀yìn l'Abẹ́òkúta ń kọ́. Òun náà ló ń jẹ Súlè ní Kòńtàgó. Èmi tó bá ń pa ọ̀nà múlò ní Adó Èkìtì kọ́ tí ó yàtọ̀ sí èyí tó ń pa Ìkejùkù ní Abakaliki. Nígbà tí mo sọ Ìkejùkù ní ìsìn, wá rántí tí wọ́n láyé ló jẹ́ kí rántí o. Nígbà tí a wà ní Òbúgà, ẹ̀yin náà àti gbọ́ Olóyè Akíntọ́lá ló pe Ọ̀gá ní Òbúgà. Ó wá polongo ẹgbẹ́ NNDP lẹ́sà òkè ló ń bí ọjà wa ẹ̀kẹ́ tó bá ti kọjá ẹ̀sà wípé ẹ̀ lọ sókè lẹ́sìn. Ilé àwọn Ìkejùkù lù. Ìjẹ́bọ̀ àwọn aláìṣẹ́ àjọ group àti NCNC àwọn adé ọgbà àgbà yẹn ló bá kúkú mú ìgbé àti ìtúkú ló bá pa pọ̀. Mi mọ̀ bóyá Bọ́lájí wà ní. Tí Bọ́lájí bá wà ní kó gbọ́ ilé yìí o torí tó bá di ọ̀rẹ́ mi á sọ fún ẹ. Jìmọ̀ Akíntọ́lá ó lọ sí òde. Ló wá ní wọ́n máa sọ. Men of integrity, men of integrity, men àwọn kan wà ní tí wọ́n integrity o. Wọ́n á ti ṣe òfin gbọ́. Ṣùgbọ́n yẹn, Àkúrẹ́ ìlú àwọn olú àti fásọ̀rọ̀ tí ilé ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ Akíntọ́lá ló ṣe campaign. Gbogbo ènìyàn wọ́n sì kó lọ́wọ́ sókè wọn. Gbogbo wọn lọ́wọ́ sókè. Gbogbo ènìyàn wọ́n sì kó lọ́wọ́ sókè. Gbogbo wọn. Ọwọ́ ni mo ti ń bọ̀ ní mo rẹ̀ ní ajá sí.
Cicero, I love that video. I don't know. I just love listening to it, honestly speaking. So thank you very much, everyone who still stayed back. So when the Tifnumbu of this world, when fake Pastor Ruga, Ikene Shatabandu of this world, when they finally meet their political Waterloo, they will no longer be able to deny their Yorubaness. But when they will come back, that is where you and I should be prepared for, because they are coming back. Put it that way. They will come back, and those who went with them, or those who are currently with them, they themselves are going to come back, though in shame, in a big disappointment, whichever one that comes first. So they will come back to accept that for so long that they have denied their true identity, they have caused a long generational damages to us as a people, because Nigeria is meant to be a project and Yorubas being part of it, like many others, have been so shortchanged, not by the system only, but by the people who claim to be speaking for us. Many of you are going to come public soon. I have heard those who have told me that the reason why they don't want to publicly identify with the Yoruba nation struggle is because of their businesses in Nigeria and then their political connection and this and that there. But if they have a means of supporting and promoting the advocacy, they will do it without asking questions. And that is the stage I said we are going to start bringing people out, not only when they put their money behind this noble cause. They are going to own it. You are going to own it. You are going to publicly talk about it, even if you don't agree with it yet. Because most of what you are putting your mind on, things you are hoping will happen. If they happen, it can switch or it can change things. They are not going to change anything. Listen, if they make a Yoruba man president in 2023, if they ever conduct any of their election and they say, oh, Yoruba man is the president, it won't stop. They continue their demand for the Yorubas to break away from Nigeria. Do you understand? If they make an Igbo man president of Nigeria in 2023, it will never, in fact, it will actually escalate. It will help it. Because you know what? A Yoruba president will never turn his gun easily on his own people. Not like Bokwari, who was pretty much, or maybe I'm even wrong. But whatever it is, it will never stop the agitation, the demand. You know what? Because the system that prompted it is still going to exist. They are going to pretend to be fine-tuning it. But eventually the lies is going to be obvious. And whether a Yoruba president or whether a Igbo president or, this is not going away. It's not going away. Because as long as we are still forcefully being kept as part of Nigeria with this, with this conditional part, which says our being part of Nigeria is not negotiable. Oh man, wait for it. So whatever you are building your hope on right now, maybe when an Igbo man become president, all these things will stop. You are deluded though. The only thing this whole thing will do for you is that it will just buy a little time. Once a Yoruba man, you see all these people shouting Yoruba, it's because they want to be prestigious. They are working for Tifnumbu, this and that. Continue to live in your own delusional state of mind. But you are going to see all the reality soon. When all of this make-up reality of yours to escape from the real thing, once they come to an end, you will come back to the real thing. We are going to break up and you are going to be part of it. Maybe not now, maybe not yet. Because you still have something you are clinging on to. Once Jagaban become president like this, what's waiting be Yoruba nation call? Yoruba nation ni. Iwo lenwe. Iwo lainwe onik Yoruba nation call Yoruba nation ni. Abi? Because of nkote bujule nkote nfima this, iten wo kobo ya to ba lo work in your favor lásán. Kí ló ń jẹ́ Yoruba nation? Gbàgbé Yoruba nation jọ, gbàgbé. All those things you are putting your mind, you are targeting. Once they blow up, boom! You will see anything anymore other than what? Yoruba nation. And you will take it on. So people like me and people like other people like myself, we strongly believe that that is exactly a waiting game. We have been waiting for more than 3 years now for this moment. Waiting for extra weeks, extra months to arrive at it. It's not going to kill us. Because the reason why they are rejecting what is obviously should be their cardinal point, their campaign point, Their reason why they want to say Yoruba should still be part of Nigeria should be what? Should be because of Yoruba first, Yoruba agenda, things that give Yoruba the autonomous power that we signed up for in 1957, 1960. Think about that. But for now, because of what they want to get, all those things don't matter anymore. They don't matter. Shall forget it. All of you don't understand. We need to politically, we need to this and that for those of them who want to be politically correct. All those things you are clinging on to as your excuse for why Nigeria should be won or should break up and what have you, they are coming to an end. When they come to an end, you will swell our rank. And once we get to that point, yeah, that you know that your 2023 is already planned, sealed, and delivered, you are just there to validate it, participate and validate it, and then, go and cry after that. Once you realize that as yourself, you're going to join us. Because this time around, it's not going to be like 2015. It's not going to be like 2019, where you have nothing to fall back on. After your disappointment, we will grab you. You will join this. You won't be part of any of their election. We will get to that part soon. The reason why when they say no election and you get triggered, or they say boycott election, you said, don't listen to them, go and get your PVC, go and get your PVC. You will begin to get those realities soon. And then gradually, you will begin to lose interest in that fraudulent election. She been at 2023 February, they won't do them. No be February next year. Aha! Just pray, say you live long, and we all live long enough to see that February. Before that February, everything that is making you feel like Maiyegun is talking nonsense. The Biafrans are stupid, they don't know what they are doing. You will begin to come to that time too soon. Yeah? Peter Obi for president. If they don't give Peter Obi ticket last song, PDP should forget it. All of you, Sorosoke. 2 years ago or 2 years ago. Sorosoke are now shouting, get your PVC to go and jump up for Peter Obi for president, Atiku for president, what's it again? Tifnumbu or Shibade for president. Sorosoke championing killers like Oshimbade, Ikene Shatabandu that represent a killer government. I mean, you say when we mention Buhari, we no go mention Bukwari. I mean, when we mention Bukwari, we no go mention Pastor Ruga. Killer government, oh, but you are sparing them. Sorosoke, we know they take nonsense. This generation no go take. Sorosoke are now championing for Tifnumbu for president, Oshimbade for president, and the rest of that. They see you. But when you finally get to that part where you realize that Peter Obi no get tickets, you look around, they no give Tifnumbu tickets. Pastor Ruga self don't go dust his Bible. He won't go resume his scamming job, fake pastor. So all of you, where they build that Eldorado, you will begin to come out of them and you will begin to come to reality. So when you are coming down, we say, shall we not tell you? Now that this one don't enter, now that this one don't enter Kosho, it don't enter voicemail. One day here, now Biafra. Shall you now know, say you be Biafran. Some of you will begin to admit that you are Biafran then. Some of you will begin to admit that you are actually Yoruba, and Yoruba is more important. But some of us will know you, and we say, you are welcome to the club. You are welcome to the family. So they are going to do their different primaries, abracadabra, this, different. A lot will happen. And I've told all of you, my friends, in the Temple of Truth, we are at the very critical stage of this mental revolution that we started 10 years ago. On MaiyegunsDiary Politico, we do our best to feed the minds of the righteous with the righteous things, information that help and guide them against manipulators like this, those who play the card of tribe, religion, class, and every other thing they play. You don't play that with those on MaiyegunsDiary Politico. You know why? Because they are spiritually, intelligently sound. when it comes to the political happenings, the actors, their policies, the consequences of their actions that people never thought about before on this platform. People know better. And knowing better means you have to do a lot to manipulate them. In this regard, we knew a day will come, a day of reckoning. We had a name for that, and we even have a certificate for it. BLLB. Boshelo Loshebo. Now, when they come back this time around, they will be grabbed by this intelligence cause, this intelligence mission, this one that says, think about it. If you have a choice, if you can be part of the architects that will design the future that you, your children, the future they are going to feature in, be part of the architect of that. Of course, you will be interested, since the Eldorado you built with the criminals has gone up in smoke. So on this platform, I want to believe that waiting game, that waiting time, and the result time is here. So Maiyegun, what you go do if they can't give Tifnumbu ticket, waiting I want to. I will come back here again and tell you that you still have your last chance, you. This one now, like go be like say now Art Break Pro Max, you. If you still no agree, no wahala. Hey, Maiyegun, shut up your mouth. Jagaba is our president. People will tell me, say, make I shut up my mouth in 2014, 2015. Some of them are dead today. Some of them, majority of them are jobless today. Others have run away from Nigeria. Majority of them as well, they are now beggars on social media. So it's nothing to me if I'm trying to save you, give you an information that can help you make a decision that you are likely never going to regret. Do you understand? I've got nothing to lose directly per se. Maiyegun, what if I become a PC candidate? I will come here again and say, hey, I am still calling on you. God love you. This temple, Babaji will love you. We are trying to save you, Neo. Call your what do you call it? Call your people and say Maiyegun is only trying to save us. But if you think say it's a competition, ask those who told me at the time that I will regret that I didn't support APC, I didn't support Bokwari, I didn't support Tifnumbu. No be me regret. Now them can't they regret now. They don't turn prayer warriors, national prayer warriors. God will shame you. We know say it's enemy of Nigeria that is not making Bokwari work. Go and call your people and tell them, just like I said the other time, I am only trying to save you. I've got nothing bigger or nothing really direct to lose. Again, make a drink water.
Shay, help us, help us. There is God, there is God, God, God. God should descend, today God will descend here. Nigerian women will not cry in vain. Nigerian women will not cry in vain. This thing will end today. My sisters, if your child lost, will you stay and keep quiet? Will you people stay and keep quiet? The president now is calling you, come, I want to help you. You don't want to appear. Will you agree? No. Now the first lady is calling you, come, I want to help you. Come to find your child, your missing child. Will you keep quiet? No. Child, there is God, oh. There is God, oh. The bloods we are sharing, there is God, oh. 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 It's okay. There is God.
So, if I say things that you probably should see clearly in your own way, but you probably don't You only take the offense in it. That's your own that's your own headache. It's not mine. But the point is this: you should not make those decisions and then turn around and say you didn't know or you thought they would be different. Waiting they won't offer you. We go they different. Look at them. Look at all of them. Look at all the characters. Waiting exactly they won't offer you. So you don't do that and then turn around and say, Maiyegun, we know that we always elect criminals. We know that we always elect rogues. We know we always elect thieves. But let us pray to God. You are Titani. You are telling pray to God. Show Yahweh. You know that's like you are Titani. Pray to God. Pray to God. Do kiniye. You have thieves. You have rogues, you have career criminals, you have murderers, you have you have lawless people. You know them, you know their antecedent, you know what they have done, but you are giving excuses for them because you love your thieves, you love your oppressors, you love your criminals differently. Oh, he's a Yoruba man. I love my own criminal. He's a Yoruba criminal. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. Go and meet your own. Go and meet your own thief. Leave our thief alone. Now our thief. I won't weary. My friend, shut up your mouth. Go and talk about your own thief. This one, our own thief. He's an Igbo thief. He's an Igbo thief. Why do you always talk about the Igbos? Why don't you go and talk about the Yorubas? It's only the Igbos in Nigeria. You see, this is why I don't like all these Yoruba people. Maiyegun, why don't you talk about that thief? This one, our own thief. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. Is that not what all of you are doing? Hey, Maiyegun, shut up your mouth. You always talk about our leader. You don't have any respect. This blah 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 blah. Leave our thief alone. Leave our jihadi leader alone. Leave our all those nonsense. I know that. I am so in the know of that. But I keep telling you that if you want to lead a better one, if you want to really keep your mental health in check, moderate, you must know that you can't love thieves and then expect them to turn good and turn around and say, let us just pray to God. So let's pray to God. Do you see? You say, Baba, show Yahweh, what it and pray to God. Hey, here, people. I just told Maiyegun that let us pray to God. This Maiyegun is evil. I said, let's pray to God. He said, which way to concern God? So the guy said, not even believing. Is he saying that he's more powerful than God? You know, so Nigerians, they do. Maiyegun, are you saying that you are more intelligent than God? Are you saying that there's nothing God cannot do? Are you saying that God cannot touch that olofo? They don't dip your head inside that shit. It don't enter everywhere. You just spit out shit. That's what it is. You elected rogues. You campaign and defending thieves. Murderers. You can't ask me stupid questions. Are you saying God cannot touch them? That's manipulation. You are manipulating yourself by using God. Only God knows, Baba. God, dude, it has nothing to do with God. And then someone will say, my friend, so you better wash your mouth. It's God that make leaders. And nobody they use voodoo on you. Nobody they use jazz on you. Now when I move away and escape to some extent from the real poverty, can you hear me? That was the moment I understood. I began to understand the spirituality that we make up in Nigeria, and the spirituality that they say people should be searching for. You know, some people will say they are fulfilled. They just want to fulfill. They are searching for spiritual fulfillment. They travel far and wide to research, to connect to God, to connect to nature, to do all of that. That's spiritual. In Nigeria, now they make up our own spiritual thing. You say, my brother, if you are traveling abroad, don't show anybody your evil people there everywhere. You say, my sister, you are pregnant. Don't tell anybody. Evil people everywhere. Once they know, they have 4 eyes. Some of them have 16. They see your star when you walk into a room. in your head like this. They just see the star, they see your future, they see everything. And they will just be like, because they get 4 eyes, they could just do like this, do that. They'll just kill all of your future like that. They just kill it. You see, if you are, all those nonsense we make up in our head, and we actually live in them, they came from the background of long-time trauma that Nigeria has done to us. Poverty not be good to trust me. It will make you think. And one thing about poverty is this as well. I don't wish it on anybody, right? Poverty can make you so creative. Do you know that? Poverty can get you to become so creative. You will become creative in your mind. You'll be building things in your mind, constructing things in your mind. Imagine I'm building, everything in your mind. Before you know it, you will begin to believe them. That's why you easily say, now the spiritual people, they destroyed that guy. He was the most brilliant guy in the guy just ran mad. Now evil people. The church grabbed him. Church have, all those things. We made them. Now when I left Nigeria, I was able to differentiate between the spirituality in Nigeria and the true meaning of spirituality. That is why in Nigeria, your spirituality is embedded in fear. Say, hey, what happened? It's like I just see somebody enter this wall. Say, hey. Say, no wonder. My head is just swelling. My head is swelling. Did you see the face? Say, now just one small girl. He entered this world now. Say, Baba, let us pray. Let hold your hand in the name of Father, in the name of Son, say, bring go and shalwala, yeah, just are you not feel like I want me all this evil spirit. It's all these things. They are similar to the nonsense that many of you always make up in your head when you are dealing with your rogues, because there are so many things that actually make that influence your decision. Religion, the characters, the spirituality, the this and that they will couple together, and above it all, the poverty. The poverty state of your mind. And we get a lot of people in that bracket. Honestly speaking, you will be scared. You elected rogues. You want to re-elect and give power to criminals, old and young, only to turn around and later and say, let God will judge them. Baba, God will judge them. God will judge them. Now, so your papa said till he get old. Now, so your mama said till he's old. She's old. Ask them. Maybe now when they get to heaven, Abi, they will tell them, say, we don't worry, we are waiting for Nigeria politician here. We'll deal with them. Suffer for what I may enjoy for heaven. Suffer for what I may enjoy for heaven. You know what I mean? You suffer for what? You go and enjoy forever. About which level now? Now for here we go sort everything. Okay? Because now when we get to this world, when we get to this life, now we discover how then they do for here, and now you go survive here. So every other thing you discover, or you probably read about heaven or this and that, you discover them when they give birth to us, when we got here. So to people like me, now when we get to that heaven or na air fire, I've been at any other place, na the rock planet or anywhere where they want to take us to. When we land there, we go resolve what we find there. Because now when we go to this world, now we face this whole wall. I don't know where are they. Inside there, as the egg inside my mama and everybody here. Now they drag me. I open my eyes. They say I be Nigerian. So I didn't create this problem. I was born into it. Which means nobody should tell me to be patient. Say this one call, even though it don't shock you. Make her wait for heaven. Do you understand that? So don't elect rogues and then wait for them to be punished somewhere else while they punish you here. And they even send you quick to the place. Do you understand that? Don't mix God. Don't mix religion when we are dealing with these rogues. Don't ever do that. If you really want to get the clearer picture of what is wrong. You are not electing God. you are not defending God as the candidate of APC, God as the candidate of PDP. You are about to make the similar mistake that you've been making, hoping that something will happen, which we know nothing will happen. It will get worse and worse and worse until you come to time and say, Baba, I don't give up. Some people don't give up for the past 20 years. Do you know that? Some of us just they give up now. Some of you will give up tomorrow. Some of you, at the end of this year, you go give up finally. Last, everybody go give up. So when everybody can't give up, we will come find our bearing. Take cutlass out. Start cutting them down. You know what I mean? We will get there. You will play a role there. You will get to a stage where you will no longer have to defend the rogues and criminals anymore. Because everything they've told you, every promises they've made, that they have breached. Imagine, 2020, Oshuba, they fake Pastor Ruga, they want to fix Nigeria. He said, I will fix Nigeria, I will fix electricity. That's the vice president of Nigeria right now. And you are jumping up and down. Like Obo. That just got gifted a banana or a bunch of bananas, right? Anyway, we thank God for what we thank Olodumare. We thank the Alales. We thank all the being supreme being, the physical and non-physical, those who have been guiding the spirit of those of us who have stood firm to tell you that nobody should discredit the campaign, the advocacy for self-determination, regional autonomy, and then everything that Yorubas says is Yoruba's agenda, Yoruba first. Every Yoruba sons and daughters should be interested and supporting that. That's exactly what people like us will continue to do, because until you know this, the mirage, the charade they're putting together for you will continue to deceive you, making you think that maybe, just maybe, that your maybe, and for 4 years they call so. For 4 years, maybe, before you know it, take 8 years out of your own age right now, 8 years, and tell me how old you were 8 years ago. Well, 8 years ago, I was 30 years old, young man. Today, I am more than 38 years old man. Had 4 years to that would be how many years again? 42 years. Add another 4 years to that would make me 40 what? 46 years old. Now, that's how they steal your life, steal everything. Then, what is that thing that is left for you to actually experience life, enjoy life before you even leave? If you're not thinking or reasoning that way, don't worry, you still have a long way to go. We'll make it easier for you at some point. So this part is where I'm going to open my line again. I want to talk to people, okay? So you can phone in. Yeah, you can call in and make a contribution. But before we do that, I'm going for a refill again. So when I get back, I'll take my call. So my friends, you can take a time to still like the video if you haven't. And if this is your first time of watching MaiyegundsDiary Politico, remember, you can still subscribe now. And when I get back, you can also dial, call in, and make a contribution. So I'll be back.
My name is Nnamdi. The reason why we're here today is to protest the killing of innocent women and children, and men for that matter, all over Nigeria, especially in the northern part of Nigeria. We are not happy. We are not pleased with what is happening. And that is why we're here today. As you can see, there are a lot of Nigerians who are protesting about the killing of families, people who are determined to tear the country apart violently, and it is not something that we support. It is not something that we would like to see continue, and we are here today to send a clear message to the Nigerian government through the High Commissioner that what is happening in the country is unacceptable, and we cannot accept it. If that continues, it will lead to the violent disintegration of the country. There will be no more Nigeria for anyone to go to. There will be no Nigeria for anyone to refer to. In fact, what is happening in Somalia today will be like a tea party. So we cannot allow this nonsense to continue. Something has to be done. And the consequences of the actions of terrorism in Nigeria must be driven home to the people, so that even the terrorists themselves will be able to understand that there is no mileage in where they're going. The only thing they can accomplish is the breakup of Nigeria. If they think that they can cower people, if they think they can force people to be coerced into a religion which is not theirs, then they are clearly mistaken. We are asking for peace. We are asking for people to get together. We are asking for everybody who loves Nigeria, who is associated with that country, to please prevail upon terrorism in Nigeria so we can bring it to an end. That is
Thank you, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We continue to demand for the release, unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and an opening of a negotiation, a communication, line of communication that will begin to address the demands of the Biafrans. Not until this is done, whatever they do right now is temporary, and it's just like kicking the can down the road. So Nnamdi Kanu is currently being held, maltreated in their custody. And every legal declaration or order given by the court to the DSS, the Daura Secret Service in Nigeria, every of them has been breached. And every day, the agent of death in Eastern Nigeria, which is the politicians, sponsored by the politicians in Eastern Nigeria, powered by the Nigerian government of Bukwari, all of this, like they say, that when you finally come to the steps and what they did in kidnapping Nnamdi Kanu, and all the purpose and why they kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu, and all killings they've done in Eastern Nigeria because they wanted to tame Nnamdi Kanu. When all this come to light, eventually, many of you will be like this, ha! And that is why, whatever they say to you right now on the struggle of the indigenous people of Biafra, and for those who probably have also managed to, become bad stains on the struggle as we speak, yeah? What I believe so mostly is this. Nnamdi Kanu never meant any harm to any part of Nigeria. He was using his rhetoric to call the attention of the world, the attention of the ruling and political class, especially in Igbo land, to the total, to the complete, give me a sec, sorry. To the complete, sorry, one moment, my caller, one sec. To the complete marginalization and profiling of the Biafrans by the authorities in Nigeria, the systemic disappearance of the Biafrans, especially those who identified as Biafrans, right? His effort to call the attention of the political class to this has resulted into more death, including his own kidnapping from Kenya. In a way, there was never a time he wished death on anyone. He wanted peace. He wanted progress. He wanted a peaceful, easy, and then a peaceful referendum for the Biafrans to decide if they still want to be part of Nigeria or not. That was what Nigeria criminalized. And I bet I chose to play you that video, which is more than 10 years ago. Before Nigeria finally turned you to radical, yeah, I bet I can save you that stress. Take this message. You have a lot to do for us by what? By passing this on as well, okay? Nobody wanted their blood. The aggressor is no other than the government of Nigeria and their agents. And that's exactly what you should tell others too. Hello.
God bless you, my brother.
Hello, sir.
This is Rodney from London.
How are you today, Baba?
We praise God. And you?
I am very good. Thank you very much for asking, Baba.
Another fantastic one today. Me, I just the quota for the way you get these descriptions to the perfect description to describe these people. Man, the description then today perfect. I love your passion. I love the words where your passion they spew out.
I just open mouth to Rodney. Sometimes when I go back and watch my videos, I'm just like, no wonder. People said, I love Maiyegun. If I'm listening to Maiyegun myself, I love Maiyegun. So I just open my mouth, and I'm glad it makes sense.
My brother, it's perfect. I mean, it's God ordained for now. I'm not like you.
Thanks,
so we praise God. I just want to add my own little 2 pence to them. Say, yeah, Unwazuruike is mutiny. All these things where they happen for their camp, it must happen. When blood where they don't shed. Their brain no feel correct again. So mutiny don't they happen for their camp. And there will not be any reason to go and to go and get him when the time comes if he doesn't do all this that he's doing. All these people, they are just being given the opportunity to seal, to put the last nail on their coffin. Because by the time where Yoruba nation will come to being, by the time where Biafra will come to being, all these useless people then go see one. You know, they are used to this useless politics that they've been playing. They are used to it, you know. So when that time comes, they will still want to come and say, now we've been in this game for long now. I won't lose. Whether na Tinubu, whether anybody that has been in this, you know, politics that they are doing right now, I really pray that God will give wisdom to the leaders of Oduduwa and Biafra to make sure that these people are not part of what they are doing, because they, you know, this thing be like virus, so it don't already dey inside their blood, and it don't go mark something for their DNA. These people cannot do clean politics again for the rest of their life. They are used to nonsense. They are used to nonsense. That one I own. Once a weekend, mutiny they happen for a camp right now. Then Igbo way one kill Igbo. Igbo way they sell Igbo to people outside. You know.
At least they are now. I mean, you know, even if people don't want to completely believe that the saboteurs, the people who are helping the killers of Biafrans, are also Biafrans themselves. Now, this public show of shame from Uwazurike should possibly make it easier for everybody who is still doubting. Now, how come it's easier for these people to come into Igbo land and commit these atrocities?
That's exactly what I'm saying. This walk of shame is what proves it. Then dead body Tinumbu, Kolu Buruku, great grandpa, that is supposed to truly be the monitor of old people's class.
It should be class captain there. Somebody who should be running to say, I want to be the class rep for the old people's home, Lekki branch. That one won't be president of the whole country. And you say, we are not joke.
We don't carry and go Lekki. We don't remember. We didn't remember what he do for Lekki.
Now your Lagos landlord, we they talk about Lekki and Lekki go fit them. Don't bring and call Shodio. Or else you go sit in they queue for BRT. They say old people, they go for excursion. They say, nah, Oshodi branch, now BRT that they use. But for Lekki, it can still have some privilege. You know that?
Oh boy, make you not go kill our youth again. Make you carry on go more for you know. I mean, this is a perfect description of these people and their politics. They see they go on. I pray, say when the time comes for us to be free, make wisdom attend to us. May we never ever open the doors. You know, I hear many times some people they talk. May I not mention them? Some people they talk say, when we don't ready, when they come back, we go accept them. They should come back home. Come back home. This is look, Yoruba land, Yoruba nation, Oduduwa nation, Biafra nation. It's not their home. Nigeria is felt at home all these decades, ruining the place. You know, collaborating with people who are killing us. So in Nigeria, let them just stay in their Nigeria. Let them find a way. You see, they will be on the land, but they shouldn't be part of running the land because they are betrayers of the land. You know, say this scenario they call treason. You know, say all the one we call treason for Nnamdi Kanu. That's not treason or Igbo. Treason is what Tinubu is doing. Treason is what Nwazurike is doing. Treason is what these people are doing. Obasanjo, treason is what he did.
Treason against
to look at
people.
Their own people and turn against them. That's treason. Those days, they hang people for these things.
Rodney, thank you. Let me now take another one because of our time, as usual.
God bless you.
Nice one, Baba.
God bless you.
And you too. Right. I have another person on the line. Hello there.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. This is Bobo. Bobola.
Oh, Bobo. How are you today, sir?
Yeah, it's been. Yeah, I'm good. You?
Well, I'm here.
I hope you are fine.
So thank you.
Yeah, we thank God for His mercies. I just want to chip in some few things. If you can, please remind me. You said we have probably maybe about 19 people aspiring for from APC side. Is it?
Yeah,
am I right?
About, 20,
or there are more than that?
23 or something now. But still counting.
Oh, okay. Good. About 23. That 100 million that each of them are using to buy from. If they should even invest that money in the small scale businesses in each of their states, what impact that 100 million would make in the life of the citizens of their states. So imagine that. See how stupid that we are. What do you call it? People are. Though any big person.
Exactly.
So there's so much impoverished people and weaponized poverty that people cannot even think. They can't even see. Yeah. So that's on that. That's on what do you call it? APC side and PDP. So if Nigeria should see truly, okay, these people really love them and they are dying to attain that presidential post. They should be able to see that these people are just deceiving them.
It's like they wanted to be deceived. It's like they want them to be deceived.
Yeah.
So you just come and do it and they'll follow you. That's it.
Exactly. So that's point number one. Then number two, those people who said that their Nigerianness is far greater than their, what do you call it, Yorubaness. Why can't Ekene Shantabandu go to, what do you call it, go and be campaigning in North, go and register in North as a Northerner? Why did he come back home? If he's Nigerian,
so everywhere you go, you are from there now.
So he can, aside the Yoruba, what do you call it, Western region, why can't you go and be campaign go and register in Kano or go and register in Taparat? So that you see how stupid people are. They can't think. Okay, I'm a Nigerian. You should have sent him back. Or you should just stay in Abuja and register there. So, to be honest, like you said, we want to be deceived. Most people want to, but anything being pano, go see he or she will do anything for money. So, yeah, and the issue of kings, that's another aspect. I just want to ask them, if they are listening to me, how many of them have they left their palaces to go around each kingdom to see how developed each kingdom are? So, okay, if you even want to play politics, you should play politics that is going to be beneficial to your own people.
That's right.
But èèyàn mélòó nínú àwọn ọba míì gan tí wọ́n bá béèrè orúkọ àdúgbò míì lọ́wọ́ wọn wọ́n lè má mọ̀. So if they can find, what do you call it, time to go around their kingdom or go around their, what do you call it, where they become king, let them go around and see how poor people are, how underdeveloped their communities are. They should be able to play a very good politics in that, but they are only playing politics for their own pocket.
That's right.
So àwọn ọba yẹyẹ, àwọn ọba òṣì, àwọn ọba rádaràda, àwọn ọba àránù tó jẹ́ pé tí ò ní jẹ wọ́n. Thank you, Jari Baba.
Let me go to another caller there. I have another person on the line. Hello.
Yeah, one name more.
Oh, one name.
Number.
Thank you, Baba. How are you?
You know the meaning of that?
I don't.
The meaning of Onyem Jiomono is the one I use to tell people that I'm great.
The you one I use to tell the people, like a messenger.
You are yeah, you're not a messenger, you are my mouthpiece.
Mouthpiece.
Yeah.
Say that again so I can remember.
Onyem Jiomono.
Onyem Jiomono. class.
Yeah.
Now, Baba, you are here. Everybody can hear you, and you are here again tonight, as always. Anyway, so Osita.
Yeah, my brother.
Sir.
You know, today I want to start with the issue of the king that we think we have. What to do? Do we think we do have kings? In Igbo land, where I come from, they said Igboho is the meaning that the Igbos don't have a king. Anything that is a king is a ceremonial thing. Do we think in Nigeria or in the southern part of Nigeria we have what is called king? Do you know what's the king? King is the father. Which king in that enclave of the southern part of Nigeria has played the role of the father? Absolutely none. They are not different. They are not different from the politicians. And if kings have played their role, all these things we say, churches, imam, and all these things, those people will not really come alive like that if kings have played their role. Because the king, like I just said to you, that is what a king is supposed to be for me. It's my mouthpiece.
Yes.
It's the king that is the intermediary between the government and the people. Because he should be closer to the people. Even the king, the local government chairman, the councillor are playing the roles of the king.
Yeah, already.
Everybody will know. So I do not know where we still put decorations on ordinary people. I call them ordinary because they don't even have what love, 1% love, does not dwell in their heart.
And they don't even respect the throne as well. Because,
they don't respect the throne because what the government does is to give them what they will eat and they will shut up their mouth and they will come out in public and wear their rubbish regalia and people will be they'll be beating drums for them and their head will be swelling up whereby they
are like everything when they are nothing. You are right.
It's
the people who bestow on them that status. That's why they feel like. So if people don't see them that way, of course they will be seen as who they are exactly. So
how did this? It's not a secret. How did this Fulani came to this marauder they call headmen?
Yeah.
How did they come to the southern part of Nigeria? It's through all those kings they came. Do you know why? Do you know how?
Tell us.
If I am going to take up a chieftaincy title somewhere. In different kingdoms, they will tell me I will bring 5 cows. And meanwhile, we will be about 20 people who will be commemorated with chieftaincy title.
So
5 cows by 20, how many is it?
No ranch, no nothing, just cows. And then that's how they got in.
By the time they keep having cows, what did they do? They know that the Yoruba man or the Igbo man cannot be a headman. They will be the one to go to the north and ask all these northerners to bring us headmen. This is how these people came into our places.
That's right.
That is how they came to our places.
And that is how when they started committing some of these crimes as well, that is why they are shielded for long. Because I remember I said it on this program that most of the cows you see, the herd of cows you see in southern Nigeria today, you'll be shocked that they are owned by your politicians, your royal fathers, and your churches.
The royal fathers. So that is how they infiltrated our land. That's how they came in. Everybody should know that. And that's the reason they cannot say anything, because they're in bed with these people. So I want a situation whereby we will look away from these people that says they are king, they are royal father. In Igbo land, most of them are this thing already right now.
Ceremonial,
they are all ceremonial. They don't have anything to give. The power belongs to the people. That is something I want us to understand. It is not
they will play themselves out of relevance, of course.
Yes, it's not for Tunumbu to say. Neither is it for Ojus or Kali to say.
No.
Neither is it for Rotimi Amechi. We get that one. I'm making a dossier
a mental case now.
That one is a mental case. Somebody, when you smoke your when you smoke your ganja, you come out. The next thing you carry Busela and you
talk to anybody anyhow. Fight this, fight that one. And say I'm this, I'm that. It's a terrible situation, Baba.
It doesn't make you a Superman. Rather, it makes you a foolish man. I look at his wife, a very beautiful woman like that. Sometimes I wonder, how did this woman accept this man in marriage? This kind of man in marriage. I used to ask myself, how did this useless man, this one? If not for because of politics, where if you don't take time, Wike will still be wearing hood on his head in sun. When sun, there is sun. He will still be wearing hood. Those are the kind of people it is. Or is it that Wazirike? That one? That's one. Let me tell you something that happened in our own Southeast.
Yeah.
People did not embrace Nnamdi Kanu quickly because of Wazirike.
I know now. Go on, Osita.
That was the reason a lot of people did not embrace, including me that I'm talking here. That was the reason I did not embrace him.
Because it's like we have seen this before. Oh, we have seen this before.
Because we thought, yes, we thought because he came out from that place and we have seen this before. You know, if you want to address people, you open your compound, then you look at your old rag, tag, Rolls Royce, all those kind of things. That's what you want people to be saying. Does it make anybody to respect you? They respect you because you forcefully killed education, empowered poverty. That is the reason those ones that are poor. But there are some of us who are not poor. It's something that is a mentality you have. We are not poor.
Because
the mentality we have. We are not poor. The mentality we have, we cannot respect you. And you come out and you look at what's his name? Joey, look at that idiot. I know when he had a pure water company in Ikeja, food canteen in Ikeja, that's one that is talking that thing because of you were playing local politics and you had the opportunity of meeting Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Tinubu himself. Who was he? Look at the whole pictures of Kudirat Abiola. You will see there. He's always behind Kudirat Abiola. Everybody sees Tinubu. Who is he? He went on his knee begging Afenifere to become the governor of Lagos State. I know about it because I was born and bred in Lagos. In Ikeja, where is the headquarters of the politics in Lagos? Right. Ikeja, the seat of power. I know about it. It is not everything that I will be saying here. I know about it because I work with some of them even while I was in secondary school. So when they come out here and display themselves, you think they became Jugunu overnight. They did not become Jugunu overnight. They started like a small piece of shit. And that's the reason I tell people, break up this country. The reason they don't want you to break up this country is because if you break up this country, they will become irrelevant.
That's right.
And they must become irrelevant. That is the prayer. It is not a cause. It is a prayer, and it must surely happen. Break up that country so that they will become irrelevant.
Thank you, Osita.
And we will not see their fight again in Jesus' name.
Thank you, man. Yeah. Amen to that. So, Osita, another one from you tonight again. So, thank you. Let me give another people another chance as well. Okay. Here we go. Sorry, guys. I have another caller, and I hope this connects because the network seems to be acting up. If I may, 1 sec. Somehow, I think, yeah, okay, I got it here, I believe. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Yeah, my name is Dan Jalaho. You know what, yeah? I've been trying to call you in the last 5 years. Come on, man. I'm so furious. Like, every time I listen to your program, man, you're a lifesaver, brother.
Thanks.
You're a lifesaver. We love you here.
Thanks,
and we appreciate you. Like, sometimes, yeah, I wonder because I don't really listen to people and just stay there. I do my research and everything you say, like, I marvel at your level of intelligence and the capacity and the consistency. You know what? seeing the situation of Sunday Igboho, Nnamdi Kanu, and I'm really scared of your life sometimes. I say, this man, please, they should not even find out where you are. Because right now, I got this guy. Seriously, I happen to meet this stupid politician sometime, and he was telling me, he was so bold to tell me to my face that Nnamdi Kanu should be killed. And they shouldn't be leaving this guy alive. You get what I mean?
I do.
Like, so this is what they don't really care, man. When you have a conversation with this political class, brother, these guys, they are in a different realm. Absolutely. They don't even talk about what we say. They don't even reason alike. The things they have in mind is different. It's so painful. Like, I'm telling you, the only thing that we really need to get this country out is a purge, a total purge of these people, because they are so blinded. They are so into,
and it seems like
corruption.
It seems like they believe that they are untouchable and nothing will change.
They believe they are untouchable.
Because there's no sign that they are slowing down. They are not slowing down.
They are no sign. They are no sign. Look at the level of insecurity. Everybody in the country in the last 3-4 years has been lamenting, blah, 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 7 years precisely since the administration of Muhammad Buhari. Nobody is talking about what to do. Nobody is bringing out solutions. Nobody is granting ideas. All of a sudden, everybody is coming out to become a president. A president of who?
Where?
A president of people who are dying, who are impoverished, who are hungry. Fuck these people, brother. They are just mad people, man. This is unbelievable. You know? And you're telling me that you're a hero, you're a kidnapper, you're sophisticated, you can do this. You go and catch people that come back from abroad and torture them to get money off them. Brother, you know people that keep money in GP tanks that can give you 50 billion. And if you want to be a hero, you can become a hero.
You know what they say, right? They said that there is something called esprit de corps, when criminals, thieves, and all of them, because you don't rob, thieves don't rob thieves, right? And you know, when you meet politicians, right? They are all in one. Sorry, they are all in one. They are thieves, they are kidnappers, they are certificate forgers, they are money launderers, they are what do you call it? They are organ harvester or human organ traders. Whatever you want to see, that you see all this crime out there, when you meet a politician, it's all in one. Maybe that is why armed robbers don't go to their houses like that to go and rob them of money. My opinion.
No. I just think that people have not got the level of sophistication to actually deal with these people. Because sometimes when you hear about intelligence in a war front or in a war zone, it's not all about you being smarter or older. It has to do with the kind of job you're doing. If you're not called for it, you can't do it. Do you understand? See, let me tell you, bro. I always say this to a lot of people. It's just because of people like me haven't got the resources. Because when you got the resources, brother, this is meant to be done. Even if I don't do it, somebody else should plan how to do it. It's very easy. Get these people messed up. It's easy. Go to one of their houses as a PHN officer, plant bombs. Plant bombs in their house. When you plant the bombs, make sure you find a way to assassinate one of them. When they come for burial,
let me call. Let's see. Hang on, please. There are all these ideas that you can say. I don't want you to say things like this on my program, please. Plant bomb. I don't want you to, please. You can have a way of presenting it without having to be so specific that way. Please don't do that.
I'm really sorry, brother.
No, don't be. I'm just saying. Just cut it down, because you know what I mean. They pick all these keywords, and you know what I mean. So please.
I understand.
I'm enjoying what you're saying. Don't be too direct that way. It's so direct.
I know, but I know what you're saying. But it's so. This is how it gets to me. Like, it's so painful. Look at what happened in Imo State today or yesterday. How can in a place where a lot of killings has been going on, and this is a guy that is actually one of the guys that's been supporting the agitation. How do you see the people that were marching? It was a lot of people, brother.
It got deeper than what people can imagine. I know.
I can't believe it. Lots of people were marching in Imo State for election of Yahaya Bello. I can't believe it. With this guy, and Nnamdi Kanu is incarcerated. I mean, this is unbelievable. Seriously. Yeah, I just begin to wonder, like, is this actually all these unknown gunmen? I think this is their men, you know.
Do you get what I mean? For example, Baba, see, look at it this way as well, right? This happened in Owerri, Imo State. Yeah? Which means the same people who hated the gathering of Biafrans, right? They saw that today and they walked peacefully. They did all of that. No challenge, no nothing. Right? And that means these people who organize attacks on innocent people because they are identified as Biafrans, IPOB, and all of that, that means they have always been profiling people they kill and attack based on where they belong to. And those who do the job for them are pretty much those who took that walk that you saw today.
Exactly. Maiyegun, honestly, I don't really want to take a lot of your time, but I don't know how you do it, Most of the time I try to call in and I'm really going to be very mindful about the communication I make in your presentation.
We have this platform.
I
and we don't want to be shut
brother.
Down.
You really like one of the wonders we have left in the country. Like this is like a temple. Actually, the way you call it is a place where you hear, you know, on mixed justice, honesty, and convincing. See, when I call it convincing, it has to do with people that are open-minded, because the reflection of conviction is based on the knowledge you have.
And I actually believe that it's actually the connection too, right? People are easily connected with what we discuss on this platform.
Me, the person that did that march yesterday, the person that did that march yesterday has got a level of conviction to go out there. You understand me?
I do.
Because you know that nobody will convince me and you to march for Yahya Bello in Imo State.
It's impossible.
You understand? So that's what I'm trying to say. Like, I really appreciate you, brother, and I really wish that some other time, if I call you and connect to you, and I think I will be more very precise and professional with my words. Yeah,
you know, you've dropped your passion. Much, you know one thing, everybody will listen to you like, oh, he's talking from the point of passion and then pain as well. And any one of us can go that outburst. That's why I quickly call you back and say, hey, don't let us go too far. Because you know one thing is that that section will be cut out, and that's something we don't want any setback for ourselves on this platform.
You said it in a more refined society and economy. People like you is the kind of person that will lead a party for presidency. It's not people like Yahya Bello. It's not the likes of Buhari. It's not these people. These people don't even know the value of education. These people can't even have a debate. They can't even have communication. Look at the way you just told me politely to come out for what I'm saying. And you know, these people are not intelligent people
as well. You are able to redirect and you see that's communication.
Exactly. Now, how are we dealing with these people, brother? How do we get to that level, you know?
You see, you and I just practicalize that, right? You and I just practicalize how we
a president that doesn't even know the meaning of livestock. Livestock, brother, on the national TV, bro. And you, oh, come on, man. I don't want to say, I don't want to waste your time, brother. I got a lot to say.
It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you very much,
I know. Thank you, man.
Thank you for giving me your platform to talk,
Cheers, man.
I appreciate you.
Cheers, man. Thanks so much. That's a good one. I like that. You know, the reason why I can always tell you to tone it down is because we shouldn't always forget that the chance we have is that we are on the platform where they always kind of try to censor us. So we want to make sure that we have managed to censor ourselves to some extent. So if anybody can come for us, we have our own, at least we have our own reason to fight back. So thank you very much for your understanding, my Ogada. So here I have another person on the line. Hello there.
So because I got something.
I've got a caller that is still listening to the broadcast. Hello.
Hello, Maiyegun. How are you? How are you doing?
I am very well. Thanks for asking.
All right. Because I'm so happy. Once again, my name is Mr. Akiola speaking from London. And I listened so well so far with everything you'll be saying. And this is the reason why I always keep telling you that the last time you did informal, you spoke about Yoruba language, and which I think I say one or two things that could be what you say about. Right. I'm so happy because you are the one waking people up. Many of Nigeria have slept, and we have slept, and which some of them have gone and died with their sleeping. But you making that the things you do, you wake up every one of them, like when people sleep on the floor, they started peeping them, pushing them, that gentlemen, it's a time, wake up. Because Nigeria, right now, in NPP, which they're going to say that they are paying 100 million for a ticket for the presidency, but they don't know about this Nigeria, like Tinubu, others, Inwike in Rivers State, which he said he continued in presidency. I don't believe that people like Inwike, like him, to come out as a presidency as a killer that killed most of Igbo people, marching them, shooting them, and it's coming back again that I wanted to be a presidency. Presidency for
because there's no consequences for some of their crimes.
But they're
getting rewarded.
Yeah. They know there's no consequence. But what they don't even believe that things have changed. They have already able to looking as if we don't make it, we should turn it to a rough road. That's what they are trying. But I thank God for one thing, that Yoruba nation are stand, except only people they have never known where they are going.
Not yet.
Many of Nigeria, as a Yoruba, like today in Tawara Square in London here, like what we see, you could able to see that even though the white people in abroad, they are only being where Yoruba people have wake up. And these are the things that people doesn't want to let people to wake up, especially this country. They don't want the thing to be happen. That's why they slept. They think as if they don't know what is going. But for you, that you making people, may God bless you. I always keep telling you that you are a very talented man. You are a very, very, very talented man. I don't know where you always bring all this the knowledge. Maybe when the time you sleep in the midnight, maybe you have something that open a life in the dream and telling you what to do, because you are so ingenious, you are so, my God, I can't ever know what to say. But I might believe in this country and in Nigeria that we are watching them, and there should be the only language that I should be using for those people coming out as a president in Nigeria. In every time they go in, they should be watching their back. That Nigeria people, they are waking up. It's not like before when they are saying, okay, how someone could steal billions of naira in a country and you pardon him? How come?
Because Nigeria reward.
But if you see someone that is stolen, just come out. Yes. In a country that you saw someone that stole just only 30,000, you are after him, you are telling him that, okay, they should take him to a jail. That he should be abandoned in a jail for many years. Can you think at that thing it could be still be going like Obasanjo? Like, even though the Buhari himself, this is the reason why he's struggling, but Tinubu know that he's the only one that they can use when they're during the 2015. That is the only one they can be using for Nigeria for them to know that where they pick up.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yes.
Thank
like this Benin man, like what
is that the one or which one?
We between a room for you. This useless man when he been in the labor president. Yes, so that's we bring a member of hope for you. Now he stole many billions. He has some estate in Benin. Now he cannot account for that. Where did you got the money? Nobody to question him. Likewise, and Yaya Bello, the man that not the old man that working out of his life at least 35 years in his service for him. money, he cannot able to get salary, and you tied everything, you took everything away, my brother. We have a brother running in our brain. We should think about that.
We should.
We should
Thank you,
about
sir. Let me take another call, sir, because of my time. My time is coming to a close. So thank you very much for your contribution in that regard. I'll take one more before we call it a night. Hello there.
Tuale.
Oh yeah, I want you.
Kó wálé bàbá.
Àwọn kí lorúkọ ẹ̀.
Kó wálé bàbá.
Kó wálé o.
Dìbò.
Oya, filẹ̀.
Kó wálé bàbá.
Kó wálé, oya.
Ìdààmú àdúgbò.
Zazu.
Ìdààmú àdúgbò.
Oya.
Brother mi, good to speak with you again.
It's a pleasure. It has always been a pleasure, Baba, and good to hear from you. I hear your voice again tonight. How are you?
I'm very good. Good to see you, sir. You know, there's this song that they used to sing when I was younger. When we were in Lagos. Funny, ìyàwó show me ọbẹ̀. Bàbá má jẹ́ ìyà. Ìyàwó show me ọbẹ̀. Tó bá jẹ́ ìyà. Bàbá, you know normal. You know go normal. You know go normal. So I tell you, Baba. Well, you know, people are just saying that they are surprised that some people like in Imo State have this and that. Some Nigerians that are in Nigeria. Well, you're Yawiri. Olóhùn fẹ́jú. Kí ni iṣẹ́ wèrè?
You go fẹ́jú lọ.
Iṣẹ́ wèrè ni wèrè ni. Kó ṣáà máa fẹ́jú. These guys are not normal. These guys in Nigeria, these youths and the rest of them, they are not normal. Wọ́n ti jẹ ìyà, ìyá ti jí ọmọ ọbẹ̀ fún wọn, wọ́n ti fi gàrí, fùfú, tẹ̀mó, wọ́n ti fi jẹ ìyà. They are not normal human beings. When people will see politicians that are carrying their commonwealth and they are doing whatever they like with their commonwealth, hey, senator, these guys are not normal. That is the normal thing. We have to understand. We have to reduce our expectations from what we want these guys to do. Let's not waste our energy on them. And more bad Nigeria. Because many of them are not thinking right. Thinking for culture. And think about Rino. And can you imagine?
Thomas celebrate Gidinio. Yeah, want him and everybody will be running and say, yeah, what you want to go do? I won't go charge my phone. Like, which kind of life be that? 2022.
And where they do, part of where they do, that's the truth. So let us concentrate on how we can liberate them.
Yes.
Because even if I remember from history, even when he was even championing some of these things, some people were still against him. He did not bother himself about those people that were against him. He still continued and he was forging ahead.
Yes.
He was forging ahead.
Yes.
That is the leap we have to take from him. And let's forge ahead. Infiltrate them and redeem them. It is when, just like it is when you now redeem and but Baba, cost the law. You know the cost now? This cost where they now we say is almost like 60-0 in 1-1. Nigeria 60, citizens 0. Nigeria 60.
Because damage. About level you recover more. You will damage Rooney. Is that not what we are going to do now? If Nigeria is leading, Nigeria system and the beneficiaries are leading the citizens by 60-0. Match will continue now. Now go. It's always all over now. They equalize. About that, everybody. That's injured law. You get no winner, no loser.
Guy, there is nothing. You see that there is 3 options. We succeed 1, we succeed 2, we succeed 3. Failure.
No two options. I was talking to people. I was talking to the Biafrans. I was talking to Biafrans in London, and then I was interviewing them, and I said, somebody told me that this situation has gotten to a point where, for Biafrans, they have three options for Nigeria. The first option is Biafra. The second option is Biafra. The third option is Biafra. Nothing else. You can offer them this whole world. They are not interested.
Bam. And that's it. That is the spirit of a survivor.
If you kill us, if you do this, even if you kill us and we die like this, you ask us, yeah, say you want to change your statement, they will still say Biafra. That's what they told me.
Of course. We should even be celebrating about this chaos that is happening in Nigeria now. I mean, maybe na 100 million they want to collect for more. I mean, 1 billion. No, they don't give this to them. It is to our own advantage. And you Do you remember the issue, the Moses and Pharaoh? God, we had it at one. God, we had it.
Sometimes I wonder. Baba. Sometimes I wonder. Right? I feel like these guys are not. They are not dumb. Okay, they can see the reaction of the people. Abi. Shebi, when you do something, when you are doing something, you say, more people don't demand, they don't demand, more slow down, more slow down. This one no care. The more you complain, the harder they go. Yeah? Yeah.
I think if you want to come and play game, Lord, very soon to be a Gumina at the phone of the president. Gumi is supposed to come out and say he wants to be president too.
Gumi too.
They will know that the list is completed. Because everybody is supposed to be one more, and one more general 1 to 2. It is our prayer. It is happening. So let us concentrate. Let us concentrate and do what you are doing. Especially with your invitation on one text message or one kinetic call. Our brother, me, sister, me, mother, me, let's continue. Let's continue. That is the only weapon we have.
That is it.
It is this phone that we have. That is the weapon. That is the bullets we can be using to shoot at the enemy. If we don't have money, Baba, that's from tomorrow, not Without money, we cannot get things done.
No, you can only wish. You'll be wishing.
You can, and if you wish, you are wasting your. Since you don't only the ones, So it is either we know what we are doing. We're not saying when anybody should come and start carrying gun. See, our own gun now is
no. Yeah, go for it. Go
our gun is our phone. $10, $1, $2, $20. That is the gun that you have to be shooting.
Yes.
So that when the thieves are down, then we take over. Thank you, Baba.
God bless you, Baba. That's another one from you. Yeah, Tuale. Gentleman, Maiyegun's Politico. Even if you are a gentleman, you are likely going to have to get radicalized and you stop taking the bullshit or start sitting on the fence or stop sitting on the fence or even stop being politically correct. Trust me, you can hang your view, speak your mind just exactly how you feel. But sometimes we should not make our intention too obvious. It's kind of it's called emotional intelligence. Okay, so you want to talk, but you feel like, no, I won't say it that way because whether I say it, whether I don't say it, I'm going to do it anyway. But when I do it, there's a way I'm going to present it back to you. Remember when I said there's something yesterday, I said message or anything you want to give to people, it is how you present it to them that will determine how they are going to accept it from you. Okay, so it is like saying yay, 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 yay. Everybody be like, what happened? What happened? What's going on? What's going on? What happened to you? Kilo de tong pariwo yay, 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 yay. That is a kind of alarming yay, yay, Abi. But if I come out here and I do like this, like I showed you yesterday, right? And I'm like that, yay, yay, yay. Yeah, like that. Some of you now dance, you go take, welcome me like Maiyegun. Okay, Maiyegun. Yeah. Everybody will start dancing. So that is why I said that we can speak our mind, we can say a lot of things, but how we say them sometimes we determine if it is something everybody will accept or scared of. I want us to be in the part of those who make our messages acceptable, engaging, conversational. Be ready to disagree with people and let people disagree with you too. Okay? In that way, you will learn something, they will learn something, and you will respect yourselves, all right? And guess what? You will never remain the same as well. If you want to show you have grown enough in this class of the Temple of Truth, remember, we are no longer just talking. We are now acting. So majority of us are now role models. You are now ambassadors. So wherever you walk into, if you walk into the gathering of your friends, family, you want to talk about the politics, you want to talk about the Yoruba nation, you want to talk about everything that concerns this Nigeria that has caught your interest so far, and you're a member of the Temple of Truth, right? Now you know you can make a difference because you are an ambassador right now. So wherever you walk into, always remember that. Don't argue with people unnecessarily. Don't fight people because of this disagreement or what have you. Learn how to possibly, calm the room. Not because of anything else, but it's because of what you know. If you value what you have known so far. I appreciate my time with all of you tonight. And then, I'm going to see you some other time, okay? So we still have our link donation still open. We haven't closed that. Please, let's chip in everything we want to chip into that. This is May. We will be spending some money in the next couple of days. And as usual, our spendings are always in millions anyway. Well, sounds big, but it's quite some. So your support is so impactful, I have to say. And you should keep it coming. And I'm also working with my team to finalize, not finalize. We are still working on this Yoruba Rescue Fund platform. I need you to keep telling people that the primary thing to make that survive or to make that succeed is going to be getting everybody on board as much as possible. I have been told that what about those, especially our people from Nigeria, who don't have bank accounts and they also want to contribute. When we get to that part, we'll start. I mean, we'll accommodate them. So you know what? Majority of this support and then donation and what have you, especially is coming from the diasporans, the Yorubas in diaspora. We don't have intention of mounting or putting pressure on any of you in Nigeria, okay? So we remain voluntary. And as long as you have a bank account, you can have a bank card and you can sign up. Same with like somebody in America, somebody in the UK, or anywhere in the world, okay? So we are working on this step by step. And when the time comes, I'll share that with you. So I enjoyed my time tonight, and I wish I could. I wish I have enough longer time to spend with you. But again, it's never enough. Even if we spend 10 hours, okay, maybe not 10 hours. Even if we spend 3-4 hours on MaiyegunDiary Politico, it will never be enough. So for the one we spent tonight, I want to say thank you to you. And before you go, remember, like the video. I mean, like, share. That same routine. Drop your offerings, and when I see you next time, we are going to continue from where we are stopping. So thank you to all of you, my friends. Good night. And I'll see you again.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Aṣọ olóṣèlú.
Maiyegun mami.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀.